Hi, this is Roman, and today I'm going to be walking through a few problems that are aligned to Unit 7, Day 16 on arcs and sectors. So, in the first question here, it reads in the diagram below of circle O, the area of the shaded sector LOM is 2 pi centimeters squared. If the length of NL is 6 centimeters, what is the measure of angle N? So we're told the measure of our diameter, and we're told our diameter NL is 6 centimeters, which means our radius in this case is going to be 3 centimeters. So let's see if we could set up and figure out angle MON for now. So our goal is going to be to figure out angle MON because whatever that angle is, arc ML is going to equal the central angle that it intercepts. So once we figure out what angle O is, we'll know that angle N is going to be half the arc that it intercepts, or half the central angle that intercepts the same arc. So to figure that out, we're going to use the formula that the angle divided by 360 degrees times pi r squared will equal the area of the sector. So in this case, we're going to have angle MOL over 360 degrees times, in this case, 3 squared, which is just 9 pi. And we were told that the area is equal to 2 pi. So from here, all we have to do is solve. Let's see what we could do. We could divide out the pi's. I actually see that 9 goes into 36 4 times, so that leaves me with angle MOL over 40 is equal to 2. And if I multiply both sides by 40, I'll get the measure of angle MOL, which is equal to 80 degrees. So I know what angle MOL is, and I know what arc ML is now. So if I want to know what angle N is, well, angle N is going to equal 1/2 the arc that it intercepts, or 1/2 of ML. So angle N will equal 1/2 of 80, which is just 40 degrees. Let's try one more. All right, in this question, we're told that in the diagram below of circle O, GO is 8, which is representative of our radius. And we're also told that the angle GOJ is 60 degrees. What is the area in terms of pi of the shaded region? So again, we want to be careful that we're talking about the shaded region. If we know a full circle is 360 degrees, we could subtract 360 by 60 to get the central angle for the shaded region, which is 300. So now if we want to know that the area of that shaded region, that would be 300 degrees divided by 360 degrees times pi, and r squared in this case is going to be 8 squared. Now what we're going to notice here is we're going to want to manipulate this to look like one of these fractions. So how are we going to do that? Cross out a few zeros here. So now between 30 and 36, I see that I could factor out a 3. So maybe I want to rewrite this as 3 times 10, 3 times 12, times pi, times 64. And the 3's are gone. Now as I continue, I noticed that I could rewrite 12 using a factor of 4, and I could think of a number that multiplies 64 times 4. So let's try that. Do 10 pi, and I'll write 12 as 4 times 3, and I'm going to write 64 as 4 times 16. And we could divide the 4's out, and now if I multiply, I got 16 times 10 pi over 3, or 160 pi over 3, which is our last choice. Obviously, we could use a calculator, but that was some arithmetic there. Let's go into our last question. We're told in the diagram below, the circle has a radius of 25 inches. The area of the unshaded sector is 500 pi inches squared. Determine and state the degree measure of angle Q. So we want to be careful here because we're told that the area of the unshaded region is 500 pi inches squared. But if we know our radius is 25 and we know how to find the area of a circle, well, we could find the area of that shaded piece. So we find the area of the total circle, which is going to be 25 squared pi. That'll end up being 625 pi inches squared. And then if we know the unshaded region is equal to 500 pi inches squared, well then the shaded region will equal 625 pi inches squared minus 500 pi inches squared, and this is equal to 125 pi inches squared. And there's different ways that you can go about this, but this is my method to make it less arithmetic. So now if I want to know what angle Q is, I can say that angle Q over 360 times 25 squared should equal 125 pi. And I should have a pi here also, because the area of a circle is pi r squared. So from here I could divide my pi's out, and I'm actually going to use my Desmo Scientific Calculator. So first let's set it up. I have 25 squared, that's equal to 625 over 360. And I have my angle Q here equals 125. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to multiply by the reciprocal to isolate Q. Or 360 over 625. And let's see how our Desmo Scientific Calculator does. So I have 125, and I'm multiplying that by 360 divided by 625. And that gives me my answer, 72 degrees. So this is going to equal 72 degrees.